Question 1. Which of the following is not a common requirement for building a virtualization workstation? A. Large, fast hard drives. B. Maximum RAM. C. Multiple CPU cores. D. Surround sound. Correct answer: A. Large, fast hard drives. Virtualization workstations need large, high-speed hard drives to store virtual machine files, ample RAM to manage multiple VMs at once, and multiple CPU cores to efficiently process the workloads of different VM. In contrast, surround sound is not essential for virtualization tasks and is better suited for entertainment systems. Question 2. Which desktop drive technology offers a balance of cost savings over SSDs, performance improvements over HDDs, and can be used to house the operating system? A. Dual drive technology. B. Magnetic-only drive. C. NVMe. D. SSHD. Correct answer: D. SSHD. An SSHD, solid-state hybrid drive, offers better performance than traditional HDDs and can be used to store the operating system. It combines a small amount of solid-state storage with a conventional magnetic hard drive, providing quicker access to frequently used data and enhanced performance compared to HDDs, while being more cost-effective than full SSDs. Question 3. What is necessary when setting up a virtualization workstation for personal use? A. File sharing services. B. Maximum RAM allowed. C. Multiple NICs. D. Multiple host operating systems. Correct answer: B. Maximum RAM allowed. When setting up a virtualization workstation for personal use, it is important to have the maximum allowed RAM. Virtualization demands a large amount of memory to operate multiple virtual machines, VMs, at the same time. The more RAM available, the better the performance and the greater the capacity to run more VMs simultaneously. Question 4. A customer needs to purchase a virtualization server to use as a virtual machine host. She has asked for a hardware configuration. To ensure it meets the performance requirements, which two components should you prioritize? A. CPU cores and GPU. B. CPU cores and RAM. C. GPU and display. D. RAM and GPU. Correct answer: B. CPU cores and RAM. To meet the performance requirements for a virtualization server, it's essential to maximize both CPU cores and RAM. Virtualization relies on substantial processing power to run multiple virtual machines at the same time, which is delivered by a multi-core CPU. Moreover, adequate RAM is vital for assigning memory to each VM, ensuring efficient performance. Question 5. How often does the number of pixels change per minute on an LCD display? A. 60, B. 120, C. 144, D. It doesn't change. Correct answer: D. It doesn't change. On an LCD display, the number of pixels remains fixed, determined by the screen's resolution, such as 1920 x 1080 or 2560 x 1440. While the display may refresh the content at a specific rate, the total pixel count does not change. Question 6. Which component is responsible for permanently bonding the toner to the paper? A. Fuser assembly. B. Paper transport assembly. C. Printer controller. Circuitry. D. Transfer corona. Correct answer A. Fuser assembly. The fuser assembly is responsible for permanently attaching the toner to the paper. It applies heat and pressure to melt the toner powder, bonding it to the paper and producing a permanent print. Question 7. Why are plasma screens not ideal for computer displays? A. Static screen elements can cause permanent burn-in shadows. B. Their image quality is inadequate when viewed from a short distance. C. The vivid colors lead to eye strain. D. They produce excessive heat, requiring periodic shutdowns to cool. Correct answer A. Static screen elements can cause permanent burn-in shadows. Plasma displays are susceptible to a phenomenon known as burn-in, where static images displayed for long periods cause some pixels to degrade unevenly, resulting in permanent ghost-like images. This issue is especially problematic for computer monitors, where static elements such as taskbars and icons are frequently present. Question 8. Which setting should a technician be most concerned about when setting up a multifunction printer in an enterprise where users regularly print documents containing PII? A. AirPrint. B. Network sharing. C. Hard drive caching. D. Bluetooth settings. Correct answer C. Hard drive caching. Hard drive caching presents significant security concerns when setting up a multifunction printer in a company where users print documents containing PII. These printers typically include built-in storage to cache print jobs, scanned files, and faxed documents. If the hard drive is not properly secured, encrypted, or erased after use, it may expose sensitive PII to unauthorized access. Question 9. Which factors should be considered first when upgrading the power supply on a high-end gaming PC? A. Wattage rating. B. PSU redundancy. C. Cooling fans. D. 20+4 pin adapter. Correct answer A. Wattage rating. The wattage rating guarantees that the power supply can deliver sufficient power to support all the components in a gaming PC, such as the CPU, GPU, and additional peripherals. A higher wattage rating is crucial for high-performance gaming PCs with power-hungry components. Question 10. What should the technician do next after determining that the data was stored on an external drive and the drive light is functioning properly? A. Set up a temporary drive and install backup software. B. Reinstall the memory, restart the computer, and review the logs. C. Swap the drive cable and run diagnostic tests on the drive. D. Enter BIOS and check the onboard drive size and settings. Correct answer B. Reinstall the memory, restart the computer, and review the logs. The light on the drive being on shows that it is receiving power, but data loss may be caused by a defective cable or connection. Replacing the cable ensures a stable connection between the drive and the computer. Running diagnostics on the drive will help determine if the drive itself has any errors or problems contributing to the data loss. Question 11. Which of the following video connectors allows both digital audio and video transmission over a single cable? A. S-Video. B. RGB. C. RCA. D. HDMI. Correct answer D. HDMI. HDMI, High-Definition Multimedia Interface, is designed to transmit both digital audio and video signals through a single cable, making it the perfect option for Alice's needs. It supports high-quality audio and video, enabling both types of data to be delivered without the requirement for separate cables. Question 12. Which of the following is a typical characteristic of a standard thick client? A. Ability to run a full version of Windows. B. Equipped with a high-performance hard drive. C. Maximum RAM installed. D. Features enhanced video capabilities. Correct answer, A. Ability to run a full version of Windows. A thick client is a computer equipped with enough resources like CPU, memory, and storage to run applications locally, typically with a full operating system such as Windows. In contrast to thin clients, which depend on a server for processing, thick clients are autonomous and can run software independently without relying on a network server. Question 13. Which variation of the PCI bus was specifically designed for laptops? A. AGP. B. Mini PCI. C. PCIX. D. PCIe. Correct answer? B. Mini PCI. Mini PCI is a more compact version of the standard PCI bus, specifically designed to fit into the small spaces of laptops and other portable devices. It offers the same functionality as PCI but in a smaller form, making it ideal for devices with limited space. Question 14. Which tool can be used in Windows to adjust the resolution of a monitor? A. Display applet. B. Monitor applet. C. Resolution applet. D. Video applet. Correct answer. A. Display applet. The display applet is a system tool that lets users customize display settings. It provides an interface for adjusting the monitor's resolution to achieve the best display quality according to user preferences. This applet is typically accessed through the control panel or settings and offers options for changing resolution, orientation, and other visual configurations. Question 15. What should you do prior to modifying your CMOS settings? A. Understand the effects of the changes. B. Restart your computer. C. Disconnect all cables from your system. D. Replace the BIOS. Correct answer, A. Understand the effects of the changes. CMOS complementary metal oxide semiconductor settings manage important system parameters, such as the date, time, and hardware configurations. Altering these settings incorrectly can lead to system instability or prevent the system from booting. It is important to understand the function of each setting before making any changes to prevent potential problems. Question 16. Joachim received a new power supply, but he was surprised to find an additional 4-wire connector. This connector is A. Aux connector for connecting to a secondary power supply. B. P2 connector for connecting auxiliary components. C. P3 connector for connecting case fans. D. P4 connector for connecting to modern motherboards. Correct answer. D. P4 connector for connecting to modern motherboards. The P4 connector is a 4-pin power connector that supplies extra power to the CPU on modern motherboards, especially in high-performance systems. This connector is essential for certain motherboards to ensure stable power delivery to the processor, particularly when running resource-intensive applications or overclocking. Question 17. What type of cards may need to be bridged together to function as a single unit when installing multiple add-on cards of the same type? A. Sound, B. USB, C. Video, D. SATA. Correct answer, C. Video. Video cards are hardware components responsible for rendering graphics in a computer system. When multiple video cards of the same type are installed, they may need to be connected using technologies such as SLI for NVIDIA cards or Crossfire for AMD cards. This connection enables the cards to function together as a single system, enhancing graphical performance. Question 18. What tool should a technician use to connect the cable to the jack at both the new location and the patch panel in the network wiring closet? A. Wire crimper, B. Multimeter, C. Punch-down tool, D. Cable tester. Correct answer, C. Punch-down tool. The technician should use a punch-down tool to connect the cable to the jack at both the new location and the patch panel in the network wiring closet. This tool is used to insert and secure wires into a punch-down block, ensuring a proper connection between the cables and the jacks at both ends of the installation. Question 19. A technician found a spare cable at a user's desk with a plastic connector that has 4 pins, 2 of which contain conductors. Which connector type is this? A. RG6, B. RJ11, C. RJ45, D. RG59. Correct answer? B. RJ11. RJ11 is a connector commonly used for telephone connections. It usually has 4 or 6 pins, but in typical use, only 2 of those pins transmit the electrical signals for voice communication. Question 20. How many devices can a single serial ATA data cable connect to a motherboard slot? A. Only 1 device, B. Up to 2 devices, C. Up to 3 devices, D. Up to 4 devices. Correct answer, A. Only 1 device. A single serial ATA data cable can connect to only 1 device. SATA is designed for point-to-point connections, where each cable links a single device, like a hard drive or SSD, directly to the motherboard or storage controller, ensuring stable and reliable data transfer. How many questions did you get right? Leave a comment below. Thank you for watching.